Hey guys, Catman here. Today for the video we're going to be talking about the Harvester of Souls animatronic from Spirit Halloween. The Harvester of Souls animatronic goes for $300 on Spirit Halloween's website, and I must say I am impressed. So now let's talk a little bit. I'll give you a short description about him. Basically what the Harvester of Souls is this really tall demon that is holding this child, and he raises it up and her head lifts up, and then he literally sucks the soul right out of her mouth with this really cool fog machine effect that I will get into later. And the girl and himself also have glowing eyes, which looks really cool. To show you guys what I'm talking about, here is the official video on Spirit Halloween's website right here.
Look at me, just as all the others have. Now that I have you, your soul will be mine forever!
Alright, so there is a lot to talk about with this guy, so let's get right into it. His activation. So basically, as I gave in the short description, he takes with both arms, he's holding the girl in a downright position. He lifts her up, and then she lifts her head up to reveal her horrified face as he literally, with this really, really cool fog machine effect, sucks the fog, right? It comes out of her mouth, and then he has a fan in his mouth that it looks like it sucks up all the fog, and it comes with like its own fog machine. It doesn't come with a fog machine, I don't think, but it comes with like the things you would need. You just have to attach a fog machine probably to it, which is pretty much the whole effect. There's also green lights that come out of his mouth and her mouth to make it more realistic. Now, I really, really love this animation. It's so cool. I think it definitely has a much better range of motion. I like that at first she's looking down at him, and then as soon as she lifts him up, she reveals her horrified face, look like she's screaming, and then obviously her soul gets sucked right out of her. And then she goes back down to the downward position, and he drops her back down. I think that is once again, Spirit's most unique animatronic this year. And also it was made by Techie Toys, which is a company that is not known for their good animatronics. They used to dominate Spirit Halloween, and now you only see one or two animatronics. But this is definitely Techie Toys' best animatronic in a long time. I'm talking like maybe since 2012, 2013. I'm really, really happy about this guy. And I just think his animation is great. Alright, so let's get more in depth into the way he looks. I, once again, love the way that his face is. He's this huge, big demon, almost like the Nightcrawler, but he's got like this giant gaping mouth with these really cool, honestly, light up, slightly sky blue eyes, it looks like. And the little girl also has the same matching eyes, so it looks like he's like, you can see like he's taking her essence out, and they're like both, she's like going through some sort of ritual or whatever. The face on the girl, I thought I wouldn't like it, but I actually do. It reminded me of Ellie Hatchet, except like good. I think the girl's horrified face is perfect because you don't see it right away, and then she lifts her head up to reveal her hair going back, and then you can see her face as he literally sucks the soul right out of her. His face is also, once again, with super detailed, which I love, which is what Spirit Halloween has been really doing well on this year with the detailed faces. I really, really like that. I think it was definitely a really cool idea to make this sort of thing, and I think that it's really, really awesome. He's got really cool sharp teeth, which is also a nice bonus. And you can see the fan a little bit, but they do a pretty good job of concealing it. And I just think that everything about his face, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's just really great. All right, now let's talk about price, which for once I am not afraid to talk about. The price of this guy is in fact, $300. But, I know you're like, whoa, $300, that's actually really expensive. But for once, that's really not an overpriced item. This guy is, in my opinion, completely worth the purchase. $300 usually seems like a lot for most animatronics when Spirit Halloween releases them. But honestly, for this guy, I just think with all the animation and all the cool new effects and the size, I think it's finally one that I can say that is definitely worth the price. I know a lot of people would agree with me because I've seen in comment sections in the YouTube video that Spirit Halloween's released that a lot of people will be getting this one. And I'm really happy that they came out with one that I really like. And it may be expensive, but it is definitely a reasonable price that they did not overprice. I think they could have even probably gotten away with $350 if they really wanted to. But I'm glad that they kept it lower at $300. And I can't wait to be picking this one up, which I definitely will this year. Alright, so let's talk about his actual voice. Now, I'm not really going to complain here. I do like his voice. I think it's another one of those deep, demonic sounding voices. And I think it just suits him pretty well, honestly. There's not much to say. I love his line. He's got one line, but it's a perfect line. It goes just perfectly with him and his little scene that he has. So, I think that it's really cool when, right before he sucks the soul out of her, he says like a forever, and then it echoes out. It's like an echo, and when he's sucking the soul out of her, there's like a cool little like background noise that sounds like ghostly and wailing and kind of stuff, which is a nice little touch that they added there. Although it only has one line, I'm not going to complain because I do really like the line. I don't think, as long as it's a good line, I really don't think animatronics need to have multiple. It is nice to have those, but I think this one just suits him perfectly. Okay, so the video in the background is just once again the haunted looking like porch thing that's they've just been using in most scenes, I think. I'm pretty sure the only one that was different was the Fright in the Boxes one. They had a bunch of toys scattered around, but I think it doesn't really matter to me, honestly. They did a good job of representing them. In the YouTube video, they didn't really show a lot of them. I know it was just a sneak peek, but in the official video, I think they did a really good job showing us what he does. And even if he wasn't in stores, I probably would still pick him up because you saw what he does, you know? I know it would be taking a chance, but I just think it would be so worth it getting him. Alright, so I know I'm supposed to compare him to other guys, and honestly, I don't really think this year, there are some that are contending, like Fright in the Box, but honestly, I just don't think he really compares to anyone. He's just overpasses coolness, especially. I mean, personally, of my personal collection of animatronics, he would definitely be in one of my favorite spots. He'd probably be in like the top 3 or 4 of my animatronics, other than maybe, I don't know, Jack Straw and Nightmare Harvester and Rising Reaper of Death. But I definitely think that he would be one of my favorites, and he is probably my favorite of all of them this year, and for the couple years past. I do really like Fright in the Box, though. I'm really hoping I can pick him up. I can manage to pick up both of them. That would be my goal for this year. Or maybe to get the Hauntress one because it's so cheap. But I just think that, honestly, there's nothing like him at all. I can't compare him to anything because he's so unique and so different than anything else. That he's not a reskin, he's not like a already used module. It's just completely brand new, fresh out of the idea box here, and they just haven't come out with anything else. I feel like it's also really cool that Spirit Halloween is exclusively selling them. I haven't seen them on any other stores, which is really nice, and I just really think he'll be a big hit this year. So, I know I'm supposed to talk about the likes and dislikes of this guy, and honestly, there's really nothing I dislike about him. I mean, maybe like his cloak could have been a little bit more detailed, but that's not really an issue for me or anything. I think everything about him is cool. His price is fair, unlike most animatronics, and I just think that Spirit Halloween did a really great job with this one. I have nothing to complain about. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and tell me what you guys think about him too. I wanted to hear everything, and tell me if you're picking him up. So don't like always, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below what you thought of the video.